We're looking at another summer of blackouts thanks to the Biden administration's obsession with climate mandates.
Biden and company keep ignoring how their policies are eroding the safety and security of our electricity grid. A warning we heard today at a Senate committee hearing. Listen to this.
We've got a gap period here that we've got this push for all these new renewables, and we have this push to shut down plants that work, and there's nothing there in the middle to save us.
Do regulations like the EPA's good neighbor rule, do they make blackouts more likely or less likely?
More likely. Any premature retirement of something that works without having something that doesn't work to replace it seems dangerous to me and logical.
Joining us now is Alex Epstein, founder of the Center for Industrial Progress and author of Fossil Future. Alex, good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you.
So we saw the witness there say we're sandbagging or mothballing energy that works for energy that doesn't work. Do you see blackouts as well in our future this summer? Alex?
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, got cut out for a second. Maybe it's because of the wind-powered grid. I got cut off. So, yeah, that witness, that was remarkably good. I read some of the testimony, including from the head of the North American Electric Reliability Corporation, NERC, and what you find is these officials are drastically understating the problem. So I regard it as an electricity emergency right now, because what we've done is we've reduced the supply of reliable electricity by shutting down coal and natural gas, mostly coal, and also some nuclear. And then we've increased the demand for reliable electricity. We're seeing the warning signs around the country, and yet the Biden administration plans to shut down something like 1/5 of our reliable capacity over the next 7 years. So it really is a dire situation that they are just deciding to blow up, and almost nobody's talking about it. So I'm glad that the Senate had a hearing about this to at least partially expose the problem.
But this good neighbor plan that they were talking about just went into effect. It requires fossil fuel power plants in about 22 states to reduce their nitrogen oxide pollution. But it means that they will have to be powering down at times when that we need to be producing electricity. On top of that, in terms of the blackouts that we're going to see in most of the country this summer, these solar plant inverters that convert DC to AC, they cause solar plants to basically, well, not function. It's a disaster almost from coast to coast.
Yeah, and part of the way to think about good neighbor rules. So if people go to energytalkingpoints.com, my website, search electricity emergency, and you'll see the good neighbor rule is actually, it's called the EPA versus the grid. And you see there are 7 rules by the EPA, and they're all designed to oppose fossil fuels, but particularly coal. So you can't think of it as, oh, they're just thinking of a sensible regulation. No, they're thinking of whatever powers they can use and abuse to shut down all the coal plants. But the coal plants are keeping us from the abyss.
So, Alex, I'm from Wisconsin. We have a lot of national forests. When you shut down a national forest to logging, all of a sudden you lose all the loggers, you lose all the sawmills, you lose the pulp mills, and the industry fails. If you open back up the national forest, the industry doesn't pop right back. It's actually gone. If you shut down oil and gas, it goes away. You can't snap your fingers and bring the oil and gas industry back when Americans realize that solar and wind don't work. Once it goes, it's kind of gone forever, isn't it?
I mean, production is a long-term endeavor. We're not just like random people on an island, picking up sticks and trying to make a fishing rod or something like this. Like, we're talking about multi-billion-dollar industries that require years of planning. Everyone's asking the oil industry, hey, how do you rapidly scale up production? Well, it's really hard because you've been saying for decades, drilling doesn't solve anything. Actually, drilling solves everything, but it takes a long time. Right. So we need to allow drilling now. We needed to allow drilling in the past. The next best thing is to allow it today. And the same thing is true for power plants. I mean, you cannot shut down reliable power plants with no replacement when you have increasing demand for reliable electricity.
Instead, they're going to destroy our deserts and our oceans with wind turbines and solar farms. Wait, I want to ask you this question about video games, if I can get to this. It's not just cars and appliances that are facing a push to go green. Tech website CNET publishing this piece titled, "Video games are finally waking up to climate change. What will video games have to give up to create a sustainable future?" Alex, I thought sitting on your ass and playing video games just by itself was good for the planet. What the hell are they talking about?
Now, I mean, this article is worth reading because you get a sense of the totalitarian nature of the anti-fossil fuel movement, because what you're talking about is they're glorifying this person who's trying to set up a game situation where the games are like 1989 or something, like they're all blurry because it takes too much power. What they're realizing is everything we do takes energy, and they're told, hey, wait, energy destroys the planet. So the solution is don't use energy. And they had this lie for a while, oh, green energy is going to solve it, but that's obviously not the case. So what they're saying is fossil fuels are evil, and we have the right to control you in a totalitarian way across the board. And as I talk about in my book, Fossil Future, if people want to understand this, highly recommend that. It's a deeply anti-human motive. It's the belief that human impact is evil, and our goal in life should just be to zero out our impact. And I think our goal in life should be to flourish and enjoy ourselves and make this world a better place for us. And that's what fossil fuels do, and that's what we need them to do for the foreseeable future.
Alex, thank you. Great to see you. Alex Epstein.